The initiative will require, Oregon Waterway Access Permit Regulations Initiative. Sorry, that was kind of important to read that part. This is kind of redundant because this is already kind of how the state's already done this for decades with boats. Like, you can't own a boat without a permit if it's over 10 feet long. It doesn't matter if it's motored or not. It got enough signatures, clearly. Yeah, it was pretty quick. It was about a month. Or no, 2 months.
Shit.
Took 2 months to get the signatures. Thank God it's so simple. Fuck. I was actually, I was starting to hold my breath because I'm like, I swear to God, if this turns out to be another 10-page one, I'm gonna scream.
Yeah, no kidding.
Repeal Oregon Revised Statute 830.624. Permit requirements for persons 14 years of age or older. Exceptions. Rules. 1. Except as provided in subsections 3 and 4 of this section, a person 14 years of age or older shall carry a waterway access permit while operating a non-motorized boat that is at least 10 feet in length, or a sailboat that is at least 10 feet, but less than 12 feet. Sorry? That is the most obscenely specific and petty shit ever. And that's
no kidding.
That's the bad petty.
That's why I say they're pushing an agenda, pal. Because at least by 10 feet, that is weirdly specific.
10 feet, but less than 12. So literally 2 feet. Literally just 2 feet. 24 inches.
Wow.
That's it. In the manner provided by the state Marine Board by rule, person shall present proof of a permit upon request by a peace officer, so a police officer. A waterway access permit under this section is transferable to any non-motorized boat.
You know what I believe
that is at least 10 feet in length, or a sailboat that's at least 10 feet, but less than 12 feet.
Dude, I literally believe that they're trying to go after someone with this or whatever.
It does sound very personal. It sounds very HOA personal. Yeah.
No kidding. It sounds very HOA personal.
It probably is actually from somebody in an HOA, in a richer HOA in the state, because they probably are like somewhere around like Big Lake or something like that.
Exactly.
In Central Oregon on the Cascades, and they're like, we're mad about these other neighbors of ours that have a too small of a sailboat, and we're offended.
Yeah.
Because it needs to be a lot larger than that. Because, to live in our community. Because, okay, we're rich. And that's not rich. That's fucking poor.
Dude,
that's what it feels like.
That's literally what it feels like, too, man.
Subsection 1 of this section does not apply to days that the board designates by rule as free boating days, on which the board allows individuals to operate a boat described in subsection 1 of this section without holding an otherwise required waterway access permit. So, a person operating a boat owned by an operator of a boat livery. What is that word? Are we talking about horses?
Livery?
Are we talking about horses here?
You're no kidding.
What the heck? If the boat, I didn't know they had. Do boats have stables?
Apparently.
Are they fed oats when they're really good boys? I don't.
Are they given treats?
Yeah. Are they given the treats of an apple every so often when they're especially?
Who knows?
I don't. Because that's what a livery is. A livery stable. So, what? If the operator of a boat livery displays proof of holding a waterway access permit according to the rules adopted by the board. A person operating a boat on a federally designated willed and scenic river now I'm being too intentional about this, so I'm throwing myself off. For which a separate fee system is in place. A person operating a boat, if the person is engaged in law enforcement, public safety, or official business of federal, state, or municipal
agence,
as defined by the board of ruling, a resident of a bordering state who launches a boat from. Sorry, that's the one I have to pick at because it's the most stupidest English one in the whole thing. the bordering state into bordering waters as defined by defined by the board by rule. That one makes total sense because you could like launch from somewhere in Hell's Canyon in Idaho, you know, across the Snake, and then weave your way through Washington and then into Oregon if you wanted to, you know,
Sheesh.
to like the Dalles or whatever the first locks are. So that's fair. I like that. And plus, also, again, when you're sharing a water border with another state in the Columbia River, you kind of have to have a rule like that, right? Because like you don't. Especially considering there's no visible barrier, a boundary between the state lines. So how are you supposed to know when you've apparently accidentally drifted or crossed into the other state? So that makes total sense. Person operating a boat, if the person holds a non-motorized boating permit, a registration, or a similar authorization that is issued by another statty, and accepted by the board by
Board by rule.
I said rulee.
Really?
The rule, it would just be RUL if it was a rule. Or actually, no, it would be ROOL. If it's spelled correctly as it sounds.
Yes!
A person who is a member of a federally recognized Native American tribe in the state, and who is, I gotta stop. I'm getting loopy, okay? I've been doing this for 4 fucking hours straight. Leave me alone. I'm allowed to have some fun. And who is engaged by in tribal fishing or a tribal ceremony. The board may adopt rules that provide additional exemptions from the requirement to obtain a permit, a fish. A South Floridian fish, under subsection 1 of this section. And that is definitely going to end this spacia.